I woke up in an ancient temple, meditated in a secret bamboo forest, and took an evening dip in a 1,000-year-old hot spring. My travel hack: in 24 hours, I experienced Japan's greatest luxuries for under $30. Yeah, you heard me right. $30. But how? How could this be possible? How did I manage to do all of this for such a low price? Welcome to my channel. Join me as I uncover the best of offbeat travel, secrets and hacks, hidden gems and cultural insights. Subscribe now and let's dive right in. The problem is Japan has a reputation for being outrageously expensive, from its high-end fashion to its gourmet cuisine. You may think traveling around this country will break the bank. Well, hold up, because what if I revealed that it doesn't have to? What if I showed you that you can live like royalty here without draining your wallet? It's time to bust some myths and expose the truth about Japan's affordable side. Let's get started. My grand total for 24 hours in Japan was just $29.78. Let's break it down. $8 for accommodation, $12 for food, and $5 for transport, and $5 for magic. That's how I discovered that Japan is not as expensive as they say. Now you might be wondering how I managed to pull this off, but it's not about depriving yourself or settling for less. It's about smart planning and tapping into hidden gems that most tourists don't know about. So grab your passport and get ready for the adventure of a lifetime, because I am going to show you how to make your dreams come true without breaking the bank. Now let's talk about how I pulled off this incredible feat. Now, my secret weapon was a combination of online research, asking locals, and using apps. I spent hours scouring the internet for deals and discounts and talked to locals to get the inside scoop on hidden gems. I used apps to find the best prices on transportation and activities. Now this way I was able to experience everything I wanted to see and do without spending a fortune. Let me tell you a little story. When I arrived in Tokyo, I knew I wanted to stay in a traditional Japanese inn or ryokan. But I didn't want to blow my entire budget on the first night. So I turned to the internet and found a website where I could book a room in a ryokan for just $8 a night. And guess what? The place was absolutely stunning. It had tatami mats, futon bedding, and even a private onsen. Just imagine starting your day with a relaxing soak in a hot spring right in your own room. It was an experience I will never forget. And that's just the beginning, because throughout my trip I continued to find amazing deals and hidden gems that allowed me to experience all of Japan's greatest luxuries for a fraction of the price. From delicious street food to breathtaking views, I discovered that Japan has something for everyone, no matter your budget. One of my favorite hacks was using discount websites to snag heavily reduced tickets to popular attractions. For example, I found a website that offered discounted tickets to the famous Gion Corner, where I got to experience traditional Japanese arts such as geisha dancing and tea ceremony for just half the price. Another thing I did was take advantage of free activities such as hiking in the beautiful mountains or exploring the serene bamboo forests. These experiences were not only free, but also left me feeling refreshed and rejuvenated. There is something truly magical about immersing yourself in nature and disconnecting from the hustle and bustle of city life. But it wasn't just about saving money. It was also about embracing the local culture and connecting with the people. I made sure to try local specialties and support small businesses. By doing so, I not only got to try new things, but also supported the local economy and made lasting memories. Here's a little secret. I discovered that many restaurants offer lunch sets at a discounted price. So, instead of eating expensive meals during peak hours, I simply waited a few hours and enjoyed the same dishes for less. For example, I went to this amazing restaurant that serves traditional Japanese curry, and instead of paying $16 at lunchtime, I paid just $7 by waiting a few hours for their lunch set. And let's not forget about the power of walking. Instead of taking taxis everywhere, I walked whenever I could. Not only did this save me money, but it also gave me a chance to explore the city on foot and discover hidden gems that I might have missed otherwise. Walking is not only a great way to save money, but it's also a fantastic way to get to know a city. You may have heard of Japan's famed bullet train, Shinkansen, which is known for its punctuality and efficiency. While it's convenient, it can be expensive, especially if you buy last minute. However, did you know that there are ways to save money on Shinkansen tickets? Yes, believe it or not, there are several tricks to getting cheaper Shinkansen tickets. One way is to book in advance. Many Shinkansen operators offer discounts for early bookings, so it's worth planning ahead and securing your tickets as soon as possible. Another tip is to consider traveling during off-peak hours, as prices tend to be higher during busy periods such as the cherry blossom season or Golden Week. Consider traveling midweek or outside of peak seasons for better deals. Additionally, if you're traveling long distances, it might be cheaper to buy a discount rail pass like the Japan Rail Pass. Alright, now let's move on to one of my favorite parts of my trip. One of the highlights of my trip was experiencing the local culture. And what better way to do that than by trying traditional Japanese activities? I got to participate in a tea ceremony where I learned about the history and customs of this ancient practice while sipping on a cup of matcha. It was a truly calming and meditative experience. I also tried calligraphy and painting, which allowed me to appreciate the beauty of Japanese art and the precision and patience required to master these forms. And let's not forget about the food. I indulged in delicious local specialties like okonomiyaki, a savory pancake-like dish, and okonomiyaki, a savory pancake-like dish. Each bite was a burst of flavor, and I loved the interactive experience of cooking it myself. To immerse myself in the local culture, I took advantage of free activities such as visiting temples and shrines, which are not only beautiful places of worship, but also offer a glimpse into Japan's rich religious history. Exploring traditional neighborhoods like Yanaka-ginza in Tokyo allowed me to wander through charming streets lined with small shops and cafes, soaking up the atmosphere and discovering hidden treasures. Overall, my experience in Japan was a testament to the fact that you don't have to break the bank to have an unforgettable travel experience. By embracing the local culture, trying new things, and being open to different ways of doing things, I was able to experience the very best of Japan, all while staying within my budget. So, if you're planning a trip to Japan, don't be afraid to go off the beaten path, explore new things, and embrace the unexpected. Who knows, you might just discover a new way of seeing the world while saving some money in the process. If you haven't already subscribed, join our global travel community and click that bell icon so you never miss out on any of our exciting adventures. Together, let's continue to explore the world and discover its hidden gems. Don't forget to follow us on social media for more travel inspiration and tips.